afternoon, and thank you for your quick response to the call today. I have a significant amount of information. Some of it is brand new with regard to Hurricane Sandy. I'm joined here today, I'm just going to name a few of the folks who are here. City Council President Darrell Clarke and Councilwoman Cindy Bass, who I saw over on the side. There may be other council members with us. Sheriff Jewel Williams, Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey, Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers, Forest Deputy Mayor for Administration and Coordination Rich Negrin, our Managing Director, the school district's Deputy Superintendent Paul Kind, as well as the Director of where we are, the Office of Emergency Management, Samantha Phillips. The EOC was made operational on a limited basis at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let me start by saying that just a little while ago we received a call from FEMA. Hurricane Sandy, as it relates to Philadelphia, has now been deemed a Category 1 hurricane. There's been an enormous amount of communication and preparation to deal with this hurricane event, both here in Philadelphia, among our many public and private partners, and at the regional and national level as well. I have spoken with President Obama earlier this afternoon. He also convened a call that brought together East Coast governors and a number of mayors, together with the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano and FEMA Administrator Greg Fugit, as well as a variety of other federal officials on that call. The President emphasized that FEMA is ready for action to deal with Hurricane Sandy. The President said, quote, "If any of you need anything, don't delay, ask, let us know. They're going to be responsive and as quick as possible." Later, after that call earlier this afternoon, as the President of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, I convened a conference call with 20-plus East Coast mayors, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Napolitano, and FEMA Administrator Fugit. We've been in regular contact with Governor Corbett and his team, Council President Darrell Clarke, and a variety of other elected and appointed officials to be prepared for this hurricane. We are getting ready because this is a dangerous and very challenging weather event. Let me give you a brief update with some details. You can see now that the first bands of rain are already here. And if you haven't already gotten to a safe place, let me emphasize one more time. We're asking the citizens of Philadelphia, if you live in a low-lying area, if you live in a flood-prone area, you need to relocate right now. As we said yesterday, we encourage folks to start making those preparations and begin to leave your homes at least by about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And there are very good reasons for that, which I will walk through. Sandy is expected to make landfall in Ocean County, New Jersey, around midnight tonight. High wind watch and coastal flood warnings are already in effect. And as I mentioned, FEMA has now determined Hurricane Sandy to be a Category 1 hurricane. There may not be additional watches or warnings. We'll see what happens. There is no sign that this storm is weakening. And as a matter of fact, with the FEMA designation, it may appear to be strengthening. This system is considered post-tropical, a cold core storm, which means more tropical wind speeds and longer lasting winds. As we said yesterday, this is also a slow-moving storm, so it will be with us a little longer than Hurricane Irene was. There will be high wind gusts on Monday, with winds picking up during the day. The strongest winds are likely to be between Monday 4 p.m. and Tuesday 6 a.m. You should expect heavy rains. 5 to 10 inches will fall between Monday a.m. and Tuesday a.m. To give you some sense of context for what 5 to 10 inches of rain means in that period of time, if we looked at this as a snowstorm, 5 to 10 inches of rain in that short period of time is over 5 feet of snow. Unfortunately, we can also expect flash flooding along creeks beginning as early as Monday morning's commute. Possible 4 to 8 foot surges along the Delaware Bay. High tides are Monday, 1:30 a.m. and 2 o'clock p.m. on Monday. Moderate to major flooding is likely. Possibility of record-breaking tidal surges is likely. Flooding along the Schuylkill and the Delaware rivers is not only possible, but also likely. The water level is expected to rise significantly. Let me talk about closures and other actions that we expect to put into place. Earlier today, SEPTA took the correct action. I want to commend General Manager Joe Casey in announcing that they will suspend service after completing tonight's service runs. Service on the SEPTA system, the entire system, will begin to shut down between midnight and 2 a.m. Whenever those normal runs are over, that is it. So let me go back to what I said earlier. If you have not left your home, if you need to relocate, if you wait till tomorrow, there will be no SEPTA service to get you where you're trying to go. That's why you need to leave now. That's why you need to leave tonight. You will not be able to get anywhere tomorrow. Philadelphia School District earlier today announced that they will close schools. I want to thank Dr. Height and Paul Kine. That decision was followed by an announcement that the Archdiocese of Philadelphia will close their schools on Monday. The charter school community, which is represented here today, many of the charter schools have already announced that they will be closing, and we certainly want to encourage the other charter schools to close as well. Many have a policy that they are closed when the school district is closed. I encourage all parents, if your child goes to a charter school, either check their website or utilize whatever your student manual says to do under these circumstances. I'm strongly urging all charter school operators in Philadelphia, please do not bring children to school tomorrow. The decisions I mentioned are the right ones, they are smart, they are prudent. This is all about public safety. We do not want our children out in hurricane dangerous winds, trees and tree limbs possibly falling, power lines on the ground, and floodwaters rising. Children, as well as adults, should not be out in those conditions. So again, I want to commend the leaders of those organizations. As to the City of Philadelphia and its employees, I am announcing that with the exception of essential public safety or emergency management employees, our city government, the City of Philadelphia, will be closed tomorrow. Those essential emergency management or other emergency personnel know who they are, and they will check with their supervisors for further instructions. All other public employees should check with their supervisors, but should expect not to be at work tomorrow. Among our essential employees, of course, and all of our employees are essential, but in this particular circumstance, we're talking about police, fire, prisons, emergency management, and employees, of course, at the Philadelphia Gas Works as well. And our emergency responders are ready for the many issues that this storm will in fact present. The Emergency Operations Center, as I mentioned, opened at 4 o'clock today and will be fully operational at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. There will be 20-plus agencies in this room all ready for action. They'll be open and operational 24/7 starting tomorrow morning for the foreseeable future. The police department is fully deployed, paying very close attention to flood-prone areas and monitoring road conditions and traffic flow. The fire department has all medic units in service, and they are pre-positioned with specialized equipment and prepared to respond to emergencies. Our citizens can help this effort and be a part of the solution. We are strongly urging, I am asking you, unless you need to be out on the streets or need to go somewhere, please stay home, stay off the roads, so that our first responders are not putting their lives at risk should someone find themselves inadvertently in a dangerous circumstance or condition. If you don't need to be out tomorrow, please stay home. The Department of License and Inspections. Our inspectors are out on the streets monitoring unsafe conditions and securing construction sites for potential debris flying, equipment moving, or other unsafe conditions. Philadelphia Water Department has cleaned more than 1,100 inlets and will continue to clean problem areas during the storm to allow rainwater and flood overflow to drain. 3 shelters are now open to serve a number of areas of the city that are again prone to flooding and possible evacuation. West Philadelphia High School, 4901 Chestnut Street, for West and Southwest residents. Roxborough High School at 6498 Ridge Avenue, primarily serving the Northwest. And Fells High School at 5500 Langdon Street, primarily for the Northeast. Those schools were picked for particular reasons. They are large. They are relatively new. They have a number of different spaces and areas to accommodate a large number of people, as well as, I've mentioned before, pets. And they have systems that should one of the systems go down, there's a certain level of redundancy at those locations to keep them operational. These shelters are fully staffed with personnel from the Red Cross. We want to thank them. The Salvation Army, we want to thank them as well. The Office of Emergency Management and the County Animal Response Team. Again, I want to emphasize, if you relocate from your home, you can. We encourage you to bring your pets with you. Please do not leave them at home. They will be in danger. We will take care of them. We've been in close coordination with Philly International Airport, as well as the prisons and the Hospital Association of Pennsylvania. There will be no trash or recycling collection on Monday. We're urging all residents, whose trash is normally out on Monday, to please keep your trash indoors to prevent loose items from blowing around through the streets. At this point, if you are a Monday trash day collection, your trash will be collected next Monday, on Monday, November 5th, not the next day. Monday, November 5th, if you are a Monday trash person tomorrow, trash collection for tomorrow, hold that trash. We're asking you to hold it for a week. Tomorrow we will let you know what the rest of the schedule is for the rest of the week. Let me recap the picture on closings for Monday. City government, the exception of essential public safety or emergency management personnel, they know who they are. Everyone else, the city is closed. The courts will be closed. We've stayed in touch with President Judge Demby and coordinated that. The district attorney's office is closed. The public defender is closed. Numerous colleges and universities, to name a few, Penn, Drexel, Temple, St. Joe's, University of the Arts, Philadelphia University, and Villanova, all closed tomorrow. Some have already made the decision to be closed on Tuesday as well. The School District of Philadelphia, the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, and many charter schools have already decided to close. We're urging all of them to not have service tomorrow. SEPTA, finishing their service around midnight to somewhere at 2 a.m. tomorrow. No service during the day tomorrow at all in the entire SEPTA regional system. Amtrak is shutting down at midnight. They also share lines with the SEPTA system. New Jersey Transit will implement a gradual system-wide shutdown which started at 4 p.m. today. New York City's MTA is shutting down at 7 p.m. tonight completely. And so, again, many other regional rail systems are shutting down as well. Let me repeat a few key points that Philadelphians need to observe tonight and for at least the next 2 days. Our theme is have a plan, be prepared, and then take action. Bring outdoor objects such as lawn furniture, garbage cans, recycling buckets, other loose items, either inside your house. If you have a garage, bring them in. And in any event, please tie them down securely. Owners of construction sites or construction managers, please do the same with all supplies and equipment at those locations. Be prepared for flooding. In an effort to deal with that, you know that we're at the height of the leaf falling season. If you have the opportunity, you can really help us out beyond what the water department is doing. If you see leaves or debris clogging an inlet, do us a favor and clean that out. For your own home, please make sure that your downspouts and gutters are both secure to your property and clean as well. Otherwise, water will start to go into your home and not away from it, which is what those devices are for. I know that Philadelphians have been going to their supermarkets, getting provisions for several days or more. We encourage that. You want to have flashlights, battery-powered radios, and extra batteries in case you lose power. If you need more information about what to have for a Ready-Go bag, go to www.phila.gov/ready. You can get more information about that. Don't forget to sign up for emergency text and email alerts from www.readynotifypa.org. Philadelphia City's Government Access Channel 64 will have updated information. We'll continue to update it over the next few days. If you have a problem in your neighborhood with a clogged inlet, please call 311. 311 is operational and will be on extra hours for the next few days. They're open 24 hours over the course of the weekend and for the early part of this week. Again, please only use 911 if you have a true police life-threatening emergency. Stay tuned to your local TV and radio stations for up-to-date weather forecasts and other information. You can certainly track the city's Twitter account for information on road closures, localized flooding, and safety tips as well. Lastly, unfortunately, we should be prepared for potential utility disruptions. We work very closely with our utilities, and I thank them in advance because I know that they will do an excellent job. PECO's Energy Customer Service number, 1-800-494-4000. PECO Energy's Emergency Hotline, 1-800-841-4141. Philadelphia Water Department, 215-685-6300. Philadelphia Gas Works, 215-235-1212. Have adequate supplies of bottled water for yourself, everyone in your household, and again, for your pets as well, in the event that you potentially lose water service. And again, make sure you have working flashlights, extra batteries, in case you lose power. I'm going to ask Council President Clark to have a couple comments, and then we want to hear from Samantha Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor. First, Mayor, what I'd like to say is you've done an excellent job pulling the team together. I'm really excited about the response and the aggressiveness that you've taken today. This is very serious, and I want to reiterate that, as the Mayor has said. I know you look out today, it's a little spritz. We were at the Eagles game earlier. People were talking about how this was not a big deal. This is a big deal. Trust me. So, Mayor, like you, I ask for everyone to take this seriously. Go home. Hopefully the utilities will stay on, even if they don't. Stay home. So, Mayor, again, thank you. You've done a great job. We're here to provide whatever support in City Council that you need.
Thank you. Sam.
I just want to repeat a few key notes that the mayor made. Again, if you haven't already found shelter with friends and family, if you live in an area that has flooded in the past or is prone to flooding, we encourage you to do that now. Please do not wait until tomorrow. The rain is going to start to increase over the night and the winds will pick up. We really want people to be in safe places tonight. As Council President Clark said, you know, the little bit of sprinkle outside might make you think this isn't a big deal, but this is a very big deal, and we want people to be in a safe location well before the majority of the storm comes. So there are emergency shelters, there are provisions there for you, sleeping provisions and meals, and we encourage you to bring pets and service animals. And I think, you know, the government is coordinated and ready to quickly respond to problem areas, and we just hope the public takes this final recommendation and seeks shelter now. Thank you.
Sam, thank you. Let me ask Judge Renee Caldwell-Hughes from the American Red Cross to come up, and I also want to thank Councilwoman Maria Quinones-Sanchez for being here. She was right over there. So, thank you. Thanks for coming. Your Honor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The shelters are open. They are prepared to receive families, but to make your experience more comfortable, we urge you before you leave home to please copy your important papers, your insurance policy, your prescriptions. Bring comfort items for your children, coloring books, puzzles, things that will help your children be comfortable during this experience. We will provide all of your basic needs, but you need to think about what additional things your family might require. If you are sheltering in place, you need a gallon of water per person per day, and that gallon should be for each pet you have in your home as well. So plan to be in your home for 3 days. You'll need 3 gallons of water. You'll need shelf-stable food. If your power goes out, immediately turn your refrigerator to its lowest setting and open the door as infrequently as possible to keep the food cold. You can check our website, redcrossphilly.org, or call us at 215-299-4000. That is a 24/7 number, and there will be people there to give you the information that you need. Finally, I want to say that we try to provide sheltering that is convenient for the community. So we have 3 shelters set up in the city. We also have shelters set up in each one of the 4 counties that surround Philadelphia. Check our website so that you will know where to go with your family. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Ramsey and then Joe Casey.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have additional personnel deployed. Some of our units will be on 12-hour shifts effective tonight. But we really ask the public to only use 911 for real emergencies, for either police or fire. Leave those lines open for true emergencies. 311 will be operating extended hours, so if it's a clogged drain or something like that, that's the appropriate way to deal with that. Use 911 for real emergencies only. Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As the Mayor mentioned, effective the end of today, service for SEPTA will be suspended. It's primarily due to safety. It's the safety of our customers, the safety of our employees, and the safety of the public. I encourage everyone to pay close attention to the media and the SEPTA website to see what service potentially will be operating on Tuesday. We will have our work crews out on Monday assessing the damage to the SEPTA system, and we hope to have as much service as possible resume as quickly as possible.
I just wanted to reiterate that schools, we made the decision to close schools tomorrow. We've worked in close coordination with the Mayor's Office of Emergency Management and other city agencies. We're primarily concerned about the safety of all our students and district staff. And we simply say also stay tuned tomorrow for decisions about Tuesday, where we'll continue to work in collaboration.
If the power goes out, there's been a lot of generators purchased. The generators have to be operated outside of your environment. Do not operate portable generators inside of your environment. Carbon monoxide is a serious poisonous gas, and it can kill. So listen to all of the good instruction that you've heard and take shelter right away. Take shelter.
Everybody.
I just want to let you know that we are here to serve with the Red Cross. It's great to be partners. One thing that I want to emphasize, make sure you take your meds with you. We have talked about the pets, but make sure you have your medication as close by as you leave your home this afternoon, and really take heed of what is said here today. It really will help us, all of us, citizens of Philadelphia, if we hear what is said. And we will be praying.
I want to reiterate, you're hearing it over and over. 311 is the place to call when you have a non-emergency issue, regardless of what it is, whether it's the inlet's flooded or there's a situation that is about an operational service issue. 911 if it's an emergency, public safety, threatening life. That's all I have there.
Any questions?
Mayor, as you try to reach out to those roughly 10,000 people who live in flood-prone areas, are you getting any feedback that those people are actually listening, that people are moving out, that people are going to shelters or with family members? And what is the city doing to continue to reach out besides, obviously, this right here? Are there people going door to door? I know those robocalls were made last night. So what is being done to really reach out to those 10,000?
Our experience from whether it was last year with Irene or even in significant snow event situations is that mostly people do find friends and family, and they start moving on their own. Now, they don't necessarily call us to let us know that. Last year's Hurricane Irene, we did have a number of folks show up at the shelter, and I think as Judge Carvalho-Hughes mentioned, they started to come a little later. The reason we're trying to emphasize so much, and again, we do appreciate the media's help and support with this, is it's a little deceptive right now. If you look out your house, you would say, well, why should I be going anywhere? Well, the combination of no mass transit service tomorrow, and if you're trying to move tomorrow, we want to reemphasize to folks now is the time. So we expect through the course of the evening, we'll see an uptick in activity. There are folks already at all three shelters, and in at least one of them, some fairly significant numbers. So Philadelphians are a pretty smart bunch. They get the message. They understand the seriousness of this circumstance. They've heeded these calls in the past, and they've seen what's happened. We've come through them in pretty decent order, and so we expect the same in this situation as well.
Mayor, since you and your team started tracking this 3 or 4 days ago, has your gut feeling about the potential severity only increased now that we've gotten to Sunday? Because for a couple of days, the weather folks were saying, it had potential to go higher or lower or further out to sea.
One, that's not an unusual circumstance. There's, I think, others would probably say there's no perfect science here. There is some science, but it is not yet perfected. We saw last year, we anticipated one thing. We got a lot of stuff, certainly out of Irene, but there was a little bit of movement. I think today's call from FEMA reaffirms some of our worst concerns, and the fact that they have now deemed it a Category 1 hurricane just a little while ago tells us that the intensity is not lessening, it's actually strengthening, and that every concern that we've laid out for the past couple of days is in fact real. And as was said by a couple speakers, folks need to take it that much more seriously. This is serious business here, and we're dealing with it in that fashion. And again, I want to commend all the folks who are here, the ones behind me, and there are a bunch of others, just not enough space here. This is a sign and a show of unity and unanimous opinion about the seriousness of this situation, and that's how all of us are responding to it. Any other questions? Thank you all. I guess one last thing, as I did yesterday in asking, to the extent that all of you I know have websites, you run scrolling information on the bottom of the screen, no matter what program is going on, all the additional information that you can provide to citizens, even during your regular programming, would be very, very helpful. Updating your websites or connecting them, linking them rather, with ours or other information sources, all of that will help us a great deal. We'll do our best, as we have in the past, to keep you as updated and informed with regular communication, regular pressers, if you will. We want the citizens of the city and the region to know what's going on, take the appropriate action, and I'll go back to what I said earlier. Be prepared, be ready to move if necessary, and then take action. That's the main call for today. This is a serious situation. We want you to deal with it that way. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone.